This is TaskSpoon, the series where I aim to complete the collection log one random task at a time. After nearly 2 years and over 4,000 hours of gameplay, I'm finally ready to take on RuneScape's endgame as I venture into the elite tier. Welcome to Season 4 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 153 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last video, I did some things that I don't really remember, honestly, because I'm a little sick right now, but what I do remember is we ended the video by rolling a task to get a full naval set here at Trouble Brewing, which is the perfect task for me, because I can just do my 100 buckets of water in the hopper, and then go and lie down in my bed, which is exactly what I'm gonna go do. But first, I will talk about Trouble Brewing a little bit. They did recently update the minigame, so instead of 2 pieces of 8 per rum made, you actually get 10. So there are a lot of people here actually making rum and playing the game, trying to capitalize on that before they decide to change it, because it feels very strong right now. So I am going to capitalize on them capitalizing on that by just sort of AFKing in the corner here while I go lie down. So yeah, that's all. It's so funny to see people actually playing this minigame. I've done a lot of Trouble Brewing in this account. In fact, I'm at 22 out of 30 log slots here, and I've never seen even close to this many people in a game, let alone people actually making rum. It's so cool to see that Jagex can actually change things and incentivize people to, like, play the game and get rewarded for it. Like, even if the game ended right now, I'd be getting 270 pieces of 8 instead of the usual 100. Like, that's so nice. Now, it's not the change that I wanted them to do, which was to allow us to sell back our Trouble Brewing uniques for full value, kind of like at Castle Wars, but it is sort of the second best thing, so I'll take it. Why hello, it is me, Teaspoon, your best friend, your lover, and the host of the TaskSpoon series. It has been like 4.5 days since I last recorded anything. I have been very sick, really not feeling like talking or doing much at all. In fact, all I've been doing is just doing my 100 buckets of water at Trouble Brewing and then going and laying down in bed, pretty much over and over again. So much so that I actually have way more pieces of 8 than I need. In fact, I have 16,000 pieces of 8 because this is all I've been doing for 4.5 days. Which means that not only can I buy a full naval set, but I can actually buy everything that I'm missing in the log. I believe I have enough pieces of 8 to buy both sets and both flags. Now, why did I do this? Mostly because I didn't feel like doing anything else, but also I figured it was a good time to do it. Trouble Brewing is essentially just AFKing anyway, and that's what I was doing. So, yeah, I just went ahead and did it. Now, technically, am I allowed to do that with the rules of my series? I don't know, I made up the rules myself, so yes, I'm gonna say I am. Now, let me just make sure I'm buying the right things. I need to buy the brown and the gray set, along with the 2 most expensive flags, so give me 1 sec. Heck yeah! Man, does it feel good to see that green logged. 30 of 30 Trouble Brewing. We never have to come back here. Now, admittedly, it doesn't feel as good considering just how much faster it is now, knowing how much time I spent here before. I would highly encourage you, if you are somebody who is doing some collection logging, if you want to capitalize on the Trouble Brewing hype right now, there are a lot of people playing and making rum, and it's going a lot faster than it usually does. So, hopefully by the time this video comes out, they're still doing that and you can capitalize on it like I did. But yeah, there we go. 30 of 30 Trouble Brewing. We are done. And more importantly, we can get back to playing the game. And let's go roll a new task. All right, and we're back on the spreadsheet. Go ahead, complete that one. And I've already gone and marked off the other Trouble Brewing task is completed as well, which is why we are at a higher percent. And 66% of the way, 2/3 of the way through the elite tier, feels good. And yeah, let's see what we're doing. I'm still not feeling 100% here, so I'm hoping for sort of an easier, more laid back task would be nice. Get 5 new uniques from medium clues. Well, that's convenient. I already have one of the 5 uniques from when I was opening caskets to try and get master clues for a previous master clue task, so we only actually need 4 new uniques, as well as I just did the Joker champion scroll grind in the last video, where I ended up getting 27 medium clues, so we're actually like extremely prepared for this. Funny enough, the only caskets I really have, I have 1 master and 27 mediums. So I'm happy to get that right now. I'm just going to start opening. Like I said, we just need 4 new uniques. I'm feeling good. And there's one already, purple elegant shirt. Okay, well, remember when I said I was feeling good? I take that back. 27 caskets and only 1 new unique is definitely not exactly what I was looking for, but 3 to go. I don't really know what I want to do for my medium clues. I might end up just going and doing eclectics. That's sort of my tried and true method, but I'm going to take a look and see if there's anything else I can do, just because I just hate hunting eclectic implings, so I'm going to go look at what other options I have. Well, I looked and I looked and I looked, and other than using cannonballs to kill something, there really isn't any better way for me to get medium clues, so I'm just gonna go and get eclectics. I hate it, but it's gotta be done. Also, I feel like I mention this every time I do implings, but if you didn't know, there is always 1 crop circle per world active at a time that you can get to Puro through. And if you go through the crop circle in the main world, you'll get this buff called Farmer's Affinity, which makes it so when you push through the wheat in Puro, you always do it at like max speed or double speed or something. It makes it really fast, as you can see here. Okay, well that was like one of the slower ones, but you know what I mean. It just makes it faster and can help you hunt implings. So if you didn't know, that's a thing. I didn't know that for a very long time, and I just find it nice. Every once in a while, you kind of need it to go and catch implings, and it only takes like a couple minutes, so now you know. But yeah, you know the deal. Gonna go get a bunch of caskets and then we'll open them. Don't really know how many I want to get at this point, but probably just until I feel like taking a break. So I'll just go get a bunch of caskets. Be right back. Okay, hello. It is the next day. I decided to just do medium clues all last night until I went to bed. And today there was actually an update that I'd like to talk about after this. But first, I've got 10 medium caskets to open. Now, I was going to say that I was hoping for like 2 or 3 uniques, but after the 1 unique and 27 caskets, honestly, 1 more unique here and I'd be happy. So let's just do it. Well, that was quick. Add play like stripped. 1 more unique. Perfect. I'm already happy. These next 9 doesn't even matter. All right, that's fine. Now, as far as the update goes, not a huge one, but specifically they added the Arraxor combat achievements, of which I already got 3 retroactively for speed times and KC. So I'm happy that I didn't end up doing too many Arraxor kills before these, because there's a lot of stuff here that I might just sort of get passively, so that is good. And they also upped the crystal shards you get from various activities around Prifddinas, which is not super relevant for me, because I have a pretty big stash still, but nice going forward. And other than that, they really didn't change much. So, yeah, cool, nice little updates here and there, but ultimately nothing too game-changing. So, yeah, that was all. Back to the medium clues. All right, couple hours later, I've got 11 more caskets. 1 unique would be fine, 2 would be great, 0 would be very sad. Hey, there we go, elegant shirt, 4 out of 5. Oh, that's new. We're done. Let's go. Not gonna lie, I'm still a little sick, and it took my brain a couple seconds to realize what this was, the gold headband. But elegant shirt, one of the rare ones, 2 new uniques, 4 leftover caskets. I really can't complain about anything. That was great. Well, that was nice to have a quick task following up the 4.5 days I spent at Trouble Brewing. So let's go over to the spreadsheet, see what we're doing next. I don't really know if I have any task in mind at this point. We've done so many tasks where I didn't get any, like, upgrade out of them, so something that I get a cool item would be nice. But we can complete that task, and let's see what we're doing. Get 1 new unique from Arraxor. Okay, well, that is good timing, at least. Well, at least this has a chance to give me an upgrade. The Araxite Fang would be amazing, although it is a 1 in 600 drop rate. The halberd pieces would be cool to finish, but again, I'm only getting 1, so I wouldn't actually get the upgrade out of it. The head would suck, so hopefully we don't get that. But let me go and get geared up and remember how to kill this boss. As far as the Araxite combat achievements go, I think there's a couple that I'm going to try and get early on. Specifically this one where you have to kill 6 eggs and then kill the boss. And maybe this one where you don't use any venom immunity. That one might hurt a little bit, but if I do it on the first kill of a trip, it should be fine. And other than that, I think I'm just going to be killing the boss and maybe getting some combat achievements passively. So, yeah, let's go do it. I just decided to do that Venom Immunity one right away. No real reason other than it was on the top of mind, and turned out to be pretty easy. Just took a bunch of damage from it. What? No! That's the exact thing I said I didn't want. The Araxite head. I did 3 kills. Why? To be fair, the Araxite head is a 1 in 250, so not that rare, just slightly more rare than the halberd pieces that are 1 in 200, significantly less rare than the Fang, which is 1 in 600. So it was, like, reasonable that I might get one of those, but I'm just a little disappointed that I only got to do 3 kills. Oh well, at least I already had the Araxite task, and I'm going to keep it, hopefully, for the next Arraxor task, so I didn't waste any time there. In fact, that whole task took me like 20 minutes, so we will take it. Love to see that, and let's go roll a new task. Alright, back on the spreadsheet, complete that task, and to be fair, there is a reasonable chance of rolling another one. I believe there are 4 more Arraxor unique tasks on the elite tier, so let's just see what we're going to do. Get 1 unique from Moons of Peril. Okay. So, something sort of interesting here. I only have 1 unique left for Moons of Peril. This is going to green log it. And that means that we only actually have to kill the Eclipse Moon and then just go and loot the chest over and over again, which is a little bit boring, a little bit repetitive, but it shouldn't be too long, I don't think. I don't really know what the expected drop rate is when you're just killing 1 moon for 1 piece, but it shouldn't be too bad, and the Eclipse Moon is the fastest to kill because of the special phase where you just get to whack them over and over again with a strong, heavy weapon. So, yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what the best setup is for this, and then we'll go and get started. Alright, so this is gonna be the setup. It turns out that my best DPS stab weapon on this guy is actually still my Blade of Saildor on stab, which is very funny. Because I was complaining about that before, but it turns out that these guys have such low defense on the style that they're weak to, that the extra attack speed and strength from the Saildor makes it my best weapon. And then I have my Crystal Halberd for specs, and then just a Sarah Godsword for whacking them during the special phase. And I think the plan is going to be kill the boss. It teleports you over to this room. I'm going to run down here, which brings me over here. I'm going to run down here, which brings me to the treasure room, loot the chest, and then just go back out and do it again. So, yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Now, the unfortunate part about this method is, because I'm only killing 1 of the bosses, I only get 1 loot roll on the chest, and the chest already isn't the best loot for me, so oftentimes I'm getting things like 100 Swamp Tar. So, yeah, other than the actual piece that I'm going for, this is not really going to give me anything, but the increased speed is definitely worth it, because even with 3 kills, 3 boss kills, the loot isn't that good for me, so yeah, other than the unique, I'm really not going to be getting much here. So I did actually go and look up the drop rate, and for each boss that you kill, you have a 1 in 56 chance to get a piece of loot from that respective boss, which means that usually if you kill all 3 bosses, you end up with about a 1 in 19 chance to get a piece of loot from any of the bosses, but considering I'm just killing the one, I essentially just have a 1 in 56 chance to get the piece, and because you don't get duplicates until you've got the full set, I think I'm guaranteed to get the chest. I don't think it'll give me a duplicate. So, yeah, essentially 1 in 56 chance. I've done 18 chests so far. It's going pretty quick. I don't think this will take too long. Well, there it is. We're done. What the heck? 25 chests. My luck has been incredible today. I don't know what's going on, but I am not going to complain. Moons of Peril green logged in 183 KC. I don't know if that's, like, good or bad, to be honest, but it certainly felt very quick, so we will take it. I like to think that this is Jagex trying to apologize to me for the whole broken dragon pickaxe thing, because recently my luck has been really good. So hopefully we can continue that into the next task. And speaking of, let's go find out what it is. Alright, I feel like we've been here a lot recently, but back on the spreadsheet, complete the task. And again, I would like to see something that'll give me an upgrade. Get a unique from Unsired. Okay, I guess. So there's a few good things and a few bad things with this one. First of all, the best thing, I do have an Emberlight, which is great. That's going to be very useful at Sire. Best in slot weapon, love to see that. The bad thing is, I do have my Arraxor task, and I also have a Kriara task, so I don't really want to use either of those, but I'm going to have to pick one because I need to get an Abyssal Demon task. Obviously, to kill Sire, you need to be on task. So I need to decide what I want to do with these. So I think I've come up with a plan. I'm just going to go and finish this Araxite task at the baby Araxites, which will give me a chance at the Arania boots, which I'm also going to need to get on the elite tier anyway. And that way, I'll get through the task fairly quickly, but I'll still have a chance at getting these as I go. And then I'll just try and go and get an Abyssal Demon task with that, and I'll save my Avian Seas task for the next God Wars Dungeon task. I said task a lot there, but yeah, so I'm just going to go and do that real quick. Something cool that I saw in somebody else's video, a quick way to get to the Spider Cave. There's a shortcut on the wall here that you need a couple of long ropes for, which is why I am over here. Going to go buy them right now. And you can actually buy the Howled Sepulchre teleport crystals for 1 mark each. Teleport there and then take the shortcut, and the Spider Cave is like right there. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have any Hallowed marks, so I might need to go and do a bit of Sepulchre if I want to do that, but I figured I might as well just set up the ropes right now. The Arania boots are actually much more common while you're on a Slayer task. They go down from a 1 in 2,000 drop rate to a 1 in 800 from the big Araxites, which are going to be the ones I'm going to try and kill, not only for the increased chance at the boots, but also superiors can only spawn from the big ones for some reason. I don't know exactly why. And then the superiors also have an increased chance at the boots. So my plan is going to be Venator Bow, the big ones. I've heard that there is a spot in the Slayer only room that essentially only has the big ones. So hopefully my Vendor Bow could just bounce on those, and I can essentially just AFK this task. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. So it turns out this task is not going to be as AFK as I was hoping for it to be, mostly because I forgot that I'm still going to be picking up the Venom Sacks, just because I need them to make more extended anti-venoms in the future, as well as I just learned, even though I wasn't recording, the superiors, turns out, have a mechanic that you need to do, otherwise you take damage. And I just straight up died because I wasn't looking at my screen. So that sucks for 2 reasons. 1, I died, and 2, I didn't get the superior kill. But, oh well, you know, you learn something new every day. So now I know what the mechanic is. Honestly, that was a really fun Slayer task. I got my revenge on a couple superiors there, now that I know the mechanic, and got some hard clues, got a bunch of money and drops and everything. Now, it was a little annoying being an Iron Man and having to collect all these Venom Sacks, but other than that, it was pretty great. Not to mention getting like 65k XP an hour. That's like insane. I will say the one annoying thing though with the superiors, The mechanic, by the way, if you don't know, it'll shoot a venom projectile at you, and you have to eat some form of venom immunity while it's in the air to nullify the damage. And so I was just using the venom sacks because it was very convenient. But turns out if you have an extended anti-venom going and you eat a venom sac, it goes down to the duration of the venom sac, which is only like 15 seconds. So it kind of wastes your anti-venom, which is annoying, but I did, figure out how to do that and not die to them, which was nice. Well, how fitting is this? The last step of the last clue that I had to do ended at Sire. That is very funny. I will be back shortly. First, I need to go and get a Slayer task. Gonna be going over here to Kuramami for my Slayer task. She has the highest weighting for Abyssal Demons, as well as the ability to give me more Arraxite tasks. I think every Arraxite task I'm gonna go do just the way I just did. Took me like 25-30 minutes, and any chance at the boots is gonna be good for me going forward. So I got the Slayer cape, so maybe get the back-to-back. Obviously not, because I never do. And then gonna be going back to Peril and just doing skipping, just because I don't have a point streak right now, so it's the fastest way for me to get a task. Okay, we'll take it. Well, no luck on the boots on that one. One superior there as well. And I did want to mention, I kind of don't really do normal Slayer that much, so I don't really get an opportunity to kill superiors. But there is still a Dust Battlestaff task on the spreadsheet that I need to do that I'm really hoping I do manage to get passively, because having to grind like Dust Devils off task for the Battlestaff would be kind of annoying, but I just noticed that as I was looking through the task list. But anyway, back to Peril. Oh yeah, I just remembered that the Arraxites actually count as spiders for the purpose of Slayer tasks as well. So these little spiders tasks that I'm getting from Peril, I can actually go and kill some Arraxites. Now 29 is not a lot, but I might as well go do it. Man, another Arraxites task. I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Arraxites are very high weighted. I believe they have a weighting of 10, but Abyssal Demons have a weighting of 12, and I still haven't got one of those. But, oh well, I'm not going to complain. Let's go, let's try and get those boots. Oh, let's go! Well, that was pretty easy. Arania boots done. I have 758 Arraxites on my loot tracker, but I think I did about 250 of those off task, and a bunch of those were on the small ones. So I'm gonna guess that took about 500 kills for a 1 in 800 drop. So again, a little bit lucky, which you love to see. And now I don't have to do those tasks anymore, so I can just go and skip this. I do also have another reason I wanted to get the boots. Beside the fact that they are on the elite tier and I'd have to get them eventually, I do have a little bit of a sneaky plan for the next time that I need elite clues that involves the boots that you may or may not be able to guess. But next time we get a master clue task and I need to go and get elite clues to farm for them, I'll talk about it then. But for now, you can speculate and we could just go back to hunting for the Abyssal Demon task. Hey, there we go, finally. 211 Abyssal Demons. I've been doing this for like 3 hours now. I don't know why that took so long, but let's do it. When it comes to the Abyssal Sire uniques, I already have all 3 bludgeon pieces, so essentially that means every unsired has a 50-50 chance to give me a duplicate, which kind of sucks, not gonna lie. The only 2 things I have left that count are the dagger and the head. The pet and the jar don't count for the spreadsheet, they're extra things. So I don't really know what the exact odds are, but the dagger is about a 1 in 5 and the head is about a 1 in 13. So this might actually take a while, considering unsireds are a 1 in 100 to begin with. I don't really know how long this is going to take me, but just going to go and get started. The gear is way better than the last time I killed Sire. My gear inventory setup thing in the plugin was so adorably cute. I was still using like a fighter torso and Verax legs, and I was using Bless D-Hide with my Bofa. It was a mess, but hopefully the kills will be a lot faster now that I have way better gear. So let's just go get started, and there's someone here. The extra range DPS from actually having crystal armor with my Bofa was enough that I was able to one-cycle the respiratory systems on literally my first kill, which is something that I wasn't able to do in 418 kills prior to this. So yeah, that's a good sign that this is going to go a lot better than last time. Oh hey, would you look at that? I know this is kind of random. I was just editing a video and I got 96 woodcutting. I was actually considering going over to the Abyssal Demons in the Catacombs and AFKing there while I edit, simply because you technically can get both the dagger and the head from regular Abyssal Demons, but after looking up the rates and remembering the dagger is a 1 in 32,000 and the head is a 1 in 6,000, so I figured it wasn't worth the supplies and prayer pots and everything that I would need to use there, so I just came over to the Redwoods, did my editing, and got a level. Alright, done editing. We are back at Sire. I did want to try out something. Last time, I was pretty dependent on making sure that I always got at least one Dragon Warhammer spec off. This time, I'm going to let myself actually try a couple kills without it. Obviously, I'm still going to use it if I have it, but if I run out of spec, I'm just going to try the kill. And I think Emberlight might just actually be strong enough that I don't need to worry about defense reduction anymore. In which case, I could bring a DPS spec weapon, even though I don't really have any good ones of those right now, but I'm going to try out some things and see what the best method is for me. So after maybe another half hour of Sire, I remembered that, like, most of the time, the reason I go back is to just restore my health and prayer more than spec anyway. So same thing, I'm just not going to go back if I miss my spec. I just did a kill and it's totally fine without it, but then I looked through my bank to find any spec weapons I could bring, and I really don't have anything else, so really missing a Burning Claws or a Void Waker at this point, but this works fine. Oh hey, I finally got that combat achievement. Nice. That's the combat achievement for not letting any of the Scions mature, which, honestly, I was just hoping that I would get it randomly at one point by doing enough damage, and then I did that, thanks to the Emberlight, so yeah, nice. After getting that other combat achievement, I went and looked at the combat achievements I had left for Sire, and realized that it was just the one, and I just needed to vengeance the explosion back at him, so I went swapped over to Lunars, and actually managed to do it first try, so an easy 4 points, and we are done with Sire combat achievements. Hey, there we go. 75 kills into the task, and we get our first unsired. Now, again, pretty unlikely that this actually finishes the task, but at least this gives us a chance. 1 in 5 at the dagger, or 1 in 13-ish at the head. Let's just do it. Yeah, that's to be expected. Unfortunate, though. Wow, that's 3.9 mil now? Jeez. I did have a realization earlier that I really hope I end up getting the dagger. Not because I actually want to use it. In fact, I don't think I have any uses for it. But more so because I would much rather have the head as the last item I need. Because I could actually just go to Abyssal Demons and try and get the 1 in 6,000 drop or whatever it is. I think that would actually be faster than trying to get Abyssal Demon tasks and then try and go for a 1 in 13 on the Abyssal Head from Unsired. Just going off drop rates, that'd be like 1,300 Sire kills, which if you include all the time to get the task, that would take forever, compared to just going to Abyssal Demons and hoping for a rare drop that I could just AFK with the Venator Bow. So I'm hoping to get the dagger here, and then for the last Sire task, I'll probably just go to Demons. Hey, an Elite Clue. I recently finished all of the Elite Clue tasks on the Elite tier, so I'm turning all of my Elite Clues into Master Clues, which I just did. Usually I end up having an easy, medium, and hard by the time I get an Elite. Elites are usually the bottleneck for me, so that's just sort of nice. Got a Master Clue. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it if I get another one, but yeah, very nice. So I went to check, and it turns out the Abyssal Bludgeon is nearly 40 mil right now, which is absolutely insane. Last time I looked, it was like 20 mil at most. And I went to look at the OSRS wiki to see the price graph, and on August 29th, it absolutely skyrocketed in price. And that's when I realized that on August 28th was when Arraxor released, and the Abyssal Bludgeon became sort of like the best budget weapon to use at Arraxor, and yeah, apparently that was enough to nearly double its value, which is just kind of cool. Not really relevant to me being an Iron Man, but in theory, getting these extra bludgeon pieces, I could like drop them for a bond or something. I don't know, I won't, but I could. Hey, let's go! That was kill number 120, so we've actually been a little bit lucky on this task, which is nice, because my luck previously at Sire has been pretty bad. So we've kind of evened that out with 5 unsired now. And, you know, the dagger is a 1 in 5, so 5th unsired, we should get it right here, right? What? What the heck, man? That was the least likely outcome, but I guess that's cool. Not useful for me right now, but we'll take it. So if you don't know, I said the dagger is a 1 in 5-ish, the head is a 1 in 13, the jar is a 1 in 10, and the pet is a 1 in 26. If you go on rate for unsireds and on rate for the pet, you should get the pet in about 2,560 KC, so we are about 5 times lucky on that one, which is great, but also doesn't complete the task. So we have to kill more Sire, but I guess I can't complain. We'll just go ahead and put him in the house with the rest of my pets, and I just noticed that's actually 10 pets on the account, 10 out of 60. Which, I know this is a long shot, but eventually I think I do want to try and go for, like, all pets or as many pets as I can, so 10 already, that's pretty good. Hey, let's go! Unsired number 3 for the task and 153 KC, things you love to see. And that puts us at 6 unsired and 571 kills. We're finally above drop rate on those. The only thing that would make this better is if we actually got one of the items we need. So, let's do it, please game. No. Oh well, you kind of had to expect it. You know, can't really complain. Things are going pretty well here, so we're just gonna go back to it. Alright, well, unless we get an unsired right here, which we did not, that is gonna be the end of that Abyssal Demon's task. And yeah, we did get 3 unsired and 211 kills, so I can't be too upset about that, but this does mean we gotta go and get another one. Maybe my Slayer Cape will actually work for once. Alright, come on, Slayer Cape, just proc for me one time. It never works, man. Hi, hello, Future Spoon here. I don't know why I didn't explain any of this at the time of recording, but I spent another like 8 to 10 hours trying to get an Abyssal Demon task and just could not get one. And I had to do some other stuff, so I figured I would just go to the Abyssal Demons with a Venator Bow and AFK and try and hope for some of the rare drops. So that's what I'm doing here. Again, don't know why I didn't say any of that at the time, but here I am, and might as well use this opportunity to remind you guys to like the video and check if you're subscribed, because those two things both really help me out, and they're free, and they take like 2 seconds to do, so you should go and do them. Thanks. Wow, I actually got a whip, finally. 980 Abyssal Demons killed so far. Oh hey, another whip. I wasn't recording, but there it is. So I actually went and did the math, and according to drop rates, it's going to take me about 475 kills to get a unique from Sire, assuming the drop rate of the unsireds and the approximate drop rate of getting the items I need from them. And I think it's actually going to be faster for me to just go for the 1 in 6k Abyssal Head from these demons, just based on the amount of kills per hour I'm getting here, especially if you include the amount of time it takes to get Abyssal Demon tasks in the first place, which I'm going to need approximately 2 more to even finish the task. So yeah, I think I'm actually just going to stay here Venator bowing the Abyssal Demons. It's kind of lame, but I don't know, it's nice and AFK, and honestly, I kind of hate Sire right now, so I'm just going to stay here for a bit and hope I get lucky. Another one. I'm so good at this game. One really nice thing about this method is I'm getting pretty consistent hard and elite clues, which I'm then just going and getting a medium clue from Eclectics and an easy from ham members and trading them in for master clues. So if I go over to the bank real quick, as you can see, I've built up a nice little stash here. I got 4 master caskets and 11 hard caskets, and that's not including the extras that I'm about to go do right now. So at the very least, this is a good way for me to stack up some clues for the next clue task. Specifically the master clues, because that's the one that I can really get stuck on. So, yeah, I don't mind this at all. Another nice thing that I didn't even really think of is the prayer experience. I'm getting a decent amount of prayer XP just from the Ash Sanctifier alone, but then I'm also getting a bunch of ensouled heads that I can use later. Prayer is one of those skills that eventually, obviously, I'm going to try and max it, but I don't really have any way or any plans on how I'm going to do that, so any prayer XP is nice, and yeah, this is just a passive way to get some of that. Not to mention a bunch of Dark Totems, also good for clues and other stuff going forward, so there are a lot of positives to doing this. Now, there are a lot of downsides as well. For starters, I'm using a lot of supplies, most notably prayer potions and Venator bow charges with the ancient essence, but that is all replaceable, so I don't really mind. And it is still pretty slow. I just passed 3,000 KC. I've been doing this for about a day and a half now, maybe 2 days. And yeah, 3,000 KC, so only halfway to the drop rate. I don't, again, really know what's faster, this or Sire, but at least this is AFK and I'm doing other stuff, so yeah, just gonna keep going, gonna do these clues, hopefully not die to that dragon. So I'm already going to be very late uploading this video, so I think my new plan is I'm going to go till 6,000 KC, or until I get the head, whichever comes first, and then we'll just end the video there, just because I do have to get this up at some point. Currently, I am at 4,126 KC, so still a couple thousand to go, but at least then I'll have a good endpoint for the video. Why, hello, it is me, TaskSpoon. Last night, the power in my house was flickering and my game closed, and when I had to reopen RuneLite, it combined all of my kills with my Abyssal Demons from before. So now it says my tracker has 7,500 KC, so it kind of ruins my plan of going till I was at 6,000 for the task, but I think that means I'm just going to call it here. Now, I did get 4 hard clues and an elite clue, so I'm going to go and get a master and then do the rest of the hards, but yeah, I think we're going to have to call it here, and we'll continue in the next episode. Even though ultimately I wasn't successful on this task in the video, I am still pretty happy with how things went. I mean, obviously getting the Sire pet was awesome, and swapping over to the regular demons and stocking up on a bunch of useful stuff for the future is also nice. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. I was playing a different game and doing some real life stuff, so I wasn't really going to be able to kill Sire during that time anyway, so to find something productive to do to at least sort of work towards the task was nice. But in the next episode, I think I am going to go back to Sire, going to go hunt for some Abyssal Demon tasks and whatnot, but yeah, for now, I think this is going to have to do it for this video. By the way, I wasn't recording, but shout out to this guy who stopped attacking me at the mere cost of my Dragon Medhelm. I really didn't want to have to go and get a Brine Saber and my Obby Shield or whatever the heck else I would have had to lose there from dying. So, thank you, Mr. 2088. Alright, and that is gonna do it. Final Master Casket acquired, ending with 6 of those, 30 hard caskets. Really hoping I roll another hard clue task soon. I believe I have 238 ensouled Abyssal Heads, which is approximately 300,000 prayer XP, which is actually more than enough to get me a level, so I might go and do that in the next video. And yeah, I think I have 13 whips total now, which is just completely unnecessary. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Maybe throw them in Death's Coffer at some point. But yeah, that's going to have to do it for this one. So that's gonna have to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave the video a like and check if you're subscribed, as those are the two best ways to help my videos with the YouTube algorithm and to make sure you don't miss out on any future uploads. And in the next video, we will finish this Abyssal Sire task, hopefully, probably, but that's gonna do it for me. I'll see you in the next one. I want to give a big thank you to all of my channel members, but a special thank you to my Tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Alchemist BTW, Jack Staumer, Zach Martin, Luxitaire, Tony Adkins, Dolph, Fading Shadow, Mondeep Bassi, and Frank Chandler. And if you want to see your name here in the credits for the rest of the season, consider becoming a channel member. The lowest tier is only $2 a month, and it really helps me out. Thank you.